How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and we have massive news. Every single Mega Evolution has leaked. We don't have actual footage of them right yet, like at the moment, but every single Mega Evolution has leaked, and on the screen, I have the description for all of them. If you guys want to, you can pause the video and just, like, read them for yourself if you don't want to listen to my dumbass. If you don't just look at it on your own, there you go. You can pause the video, go back, and read it on your own. But I'm going to be zooming in and going through every single one of these and going and reading the descriptions that have been given, the hints that have been given for their designs, all that kind of stuff, because all that's out there now. Also, we have a confirmation, which I'm going to tell you right now. There are a few new Pokemon on the list of confirmed Megas, and when I say a few, I really mean like one. It's like Eelektross, that's like the only one, and Malamar, I think, which are the two new ones. But apparently, according to the leakers, Zeraora was planned to be in the game, but they cut him in the end. The reason they cut Zeraora's Mega out was because it was supposed to be related to the Pokemon Horizons anime. It's supposed to have some sort of connection to that, but they ended up canceling it, and they decided to not go through with that decision. So, it's unfortunate Zeraora is not getting a Mega, but at least Zygarde's still getting one, so that's good. But let's go through the entire list, and starting from the top left with Mega Meganium, which says the following. So, let's go. Mega Meganium has 4 poofy flowers around its neck so that you can't see its neck at all. Only its head sticking out of the topmost flower. The flowers from the head to the body are red, dark pink, light pink, and white, with white highlights for red and pink flowers and red highlights for the white flowers. The antennas are longer and have a loop near the top. It is also fatter and a grass fairy type. So there you go, grass fairy, as predicted by most people, including myself. That was going to be that typing. There you go, that's now confirmed. So we know that it's going to have that typing. Very nice, very neat. But yeah, moving on though, they say it's also got green legs and flares like pants over the white claws and feet. Again, I don't really know what to imagine this like. I think a lot of artists will be able to, like, draw something really decent out of that, but we'll see. Next up, we have Mega Chesnaught, which says that Mega Chesnaught wears a crown, gaining some orange elements and a shield. The Chesnaught shield replaces the 2 spikes you have on its back, so the 2 spikes on the back is going to be replaced by a literal shield, which makes sense, because keep in mind, it's based on France, right? Like Kalos, Lumiose, everything. It's French, so it's probably using a lot of, like, medieval type of references and things like that, because again, we have spoken about the possibility that, like, they could be based off of archetypes, right? Like a knight, a knight in shining armor, or like a warrior of sorts. Could be something like that. Also, he could be like a Viking looking Pokemon. It could go for a Viking design. The reason I say Viking is because remember, Legends X and Y uses actually like Norse mythology, like Viking Norse mythology, from like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland, stuff like that. Uses that mythology for the legendaries and the actual story, more so than they use like French mythology, which is fine. They tend to like mix things together. So it would make sense actually that the starters would get Megas that have influences from Norse mythology rather than anything else, because they already use that for the legendaries and stuff. Because Yveltal, Xerneas, and Zygarde are all based on like Yggdrasil, like the world tree or whatever it's called, from Norse mythology. But yeah, so I can kind of see where this would be going with its design. Moving on though, we have the next one, which is Le Piggy. It's Emboar. Design Q. Don't think about the obvious answers. So the obvious answer, I mean, up there is a terracotta soldier. They then say that apparently Mega Emboar is an ancient Chinese soldier. The fire around its head is much fancier and bigger. It has a black decoration sticking up behind its head. In one hand, it holds a spear of full fire pointed straight up and down. I'm not gonna lie, that actually sounds kind of sick. Like, I don't even know what to expect for an Emboar Mega, to be honest with you, but that kind of sounds lit. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Moving on, we have Mega Delphox, which says that it stands on her broom and hovers. Now, we already mentioned this in a previous video, but yes, we already knew this. So apparently, it's gonna be standing on a broom, because yes, it's a witch. Of course, you guys already know. You guys may remember that these guys, I think, Delphox, Greninja, and Chesnaught were all based on like the different like classes. I think like the archetypical classes of like a mage, a tank / something like that, like things along that nature, is what they were sort of based on. So that makes sense. But yeah, it's gonna have flames instead of sticks at the end. So there you go. Then moving on, we have the next one, which is going to be Le Feraligatr. Apparently, he's gonna have a hoodie. I would say imagine a red Totodile head, which, while right, boring. Okay, fair enough. Feraligatr is water dragon. Interesting. So, okay, by the way, typing-wise, I guess this thingy, I mean, up here we got the, I'm assuming fire... Is that Psychic? I'm not sure what color that's supposed to represent. I think that's Psychic, isn't it? Fire Psychic, yeah. With the big fella Emboar, the typing they're implying here, I'm guessing, is fighting, right? Like, it's just that's all it's gonna have. And Mega Chesnaught, same thing. It looks like fighting. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong here. Here, of course, it's the Water Dragon, but they say it's gonna be Water Dragon against a giant red crocodile head that can stand up straight from the base of its neck and then snap down or swing down to cover its head. It gains 3 spikes on each of its arms and a bigger spike on its back. There you go. Sounds pretty neat. Like, doesn't sound that, like, crazy or anything, but sounds pretty okay. Greninja, though, this is the crazy one, right? So Greninja hangs upside down from a huge shuriken and also turns a bit black, which, honestly, looks very similar to this design by Ibaru. So shout out to Ibaru, by the way. Definitely give him a follow on Twitter and check out his YouTube channel, because he does make some great art. And he drew this art here of what that concept could look like. And I will have a concept of what we could also see, because my friend Subarashi has actually drawn a concept for what Falinks can look like. But we're going to talk about that one when we get to it, and I'll show you that art on screen if I can find it. But next up, though, we have Zygarde. Yes, Zygarde, which is also my friend Subarashi's favorite Pokemon. But what about Mega Zygarde? Well, Mega Zygarde looks most like Zygarde complete, but below the Zygarde complete black armor surrounding the head and neck, it becomes unarmored with a completely green body with white hexagon patterns. Ooh, okay. There are black and white hexagon plates on the knees. It holds a big weapon above its head. This is related to the story, which I do not think it is fun to spoil. So, yeah, they're not going to spoil that element, which I'm happy with. If they did spoil that, it would be a little bit, you know, a little bit lame. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be a little bit lame, but hey, it's good enough. So we're gonna go back up to the top here and do the next row. Here's what the next row has to say. Eternal Floettes. Okay, four Mega Eternal Floettes. The flower gets much bigger. Its lower body becomes a red tail that curls up to become the stem to the huge flower, which has thin loops and hollow pods. Not that crazy of an explanation, but yeah, okay, so its lower body becomes a red tail. I can kind of imagine that. That curls up to become the stem to the huge flower. Okay, so it literally connects to the flower, I guess, which has a thin loop and hollow parts on it. Interesting. Okay. That's just, I wonder what that would look like when we actually see it. Either way, moving on, we have Mega Drampa. Now, this one turns the white cumulus cloud into storm clouds. All the white is black and gray. Okay, interesting. The 4 cloud bits on its head curve up instead of drooping down. Okay, so basically the Snoop Dogg, you know, like face, like the hair here would actually go upwards rather than downwards. So yeah, the 4 cloud bits on its head curve up instead of drooping down. Its eyebrows look like, I guess, parentheses of sorts. I guess that's what they're implying. It has a Viking horns and a long black goatee, so it actually changes color. It has claws raised to strike coming out of the storm clouds around its body. Okay, next up. Mega Dragonite, the only Mega that I actually knew some information about because I was told by people, but here is what they say about it, which is Mega Dragonite has 2 big angel wings coming out of its head instead of its antennas, and the reason it has angel wings coming out of its head is probably to, in some way, because remember, Dragonite is like the mailman Pokemon, literally a mailman. Like, it's literally delivering mail for people. You guys remember like that from like the first Pokemon movie, that it delivers like messages. So it's like a carrier of messages. So it's most likely like that they're giving it those wings on the head to sort of look a little bit like, I forget what his name is. Oh, it's like one of the Greek gods, but I just don't remember what the name of this particular one is. It's like the one that runs fast. I don't remember. Like a Greek god that delivers messages. So not runs fast, but like Hermes. There we go. Kind of like that, because I think Hermes has like a similar thing going on, like with like wings on his like his helmet. Kind of has like that going on. So maybe that's what they're basing it off of. I don't know. But we'll see. They also then apparently say that its head come out of its head instead of the antenna. So these would be gone. A blue orb near the end of its tail. And extra angel wings above its arms. Okay, interesting. And an extra angel wings on its heels like a Terraria Hermes boot. So yeah, there it is. Literally, I just said it and then it's literally in the post. Yeah, so literally like Hermes, like that's kind of what they're going for, I guess. Which is, how did I forget that this is in the post? Like, I think I've read this exact post before, but I totally forgot that was an aspect of it. But there you go. So yes, it kind of does seem like that's what they're going for design-wise. Mega Scrafty. Oh boy. Okay, so Mega Scrafty wears a white hoodie that covers its mohawk. Interesting. Oh, dude, they're really going for like, yo, Hoodlum Callum's gonna be so, like, Hoodlum Scrafty, Hoodlum Callum, like, he's gonna be so happy with that because I think it's one of his favorite Pokemon. So, I mean, that's literally what base his channel on. But, dude, that's literally like what his old icon used to look like. So probably that's what's gonna be happening here. The hoodie is open in the front, so it looks like the sleeve drapes off its arms, and there is more fabric, ribbons like more sleeves, draping off of its back. Its pants are also white, with rips across the knees that you can see the orange skin through. An orange tail peeks through the pants now instead of being covered by them. Okay, interesting. That actually sounds pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie. That actually sounds like a good design. So there's that. Next up, basically this. Yes. Yes. Starmie is getting shafted by essentially just becoming Patrick Star, but with like long legs. Very long legs. So there you go. There's that. Next up is Malamar. Now, it's one of the Pokemon that is new because I didn't actually know that this one was even going to be getting it when I covered this stuff the other day. I didn't even know this information. So we're going to have to, like, you know, read through this one. Mega Malamar is very thin with a rainbow body ending in a single white part at the bottom with very thin tentacles. It is hard to describe better. Okay, fair enough. Mega Malamar has gone on a diet, so I guess it got skinnier. Then Mega Pyroar hair looks like this Chinese symbol. So I guess it's like face, like they say hair, but they're talking about the mane. Like, that's what it would be, like the mane well, it's literally a lion, so the mane of it has been changed to look like this symbol, and I guess it's made out of fire, I would assume, kind of, like that's what I would guess, based off of that. But there you go, that's that. Let's move on to the next row. Now, the next row features Scolipede, so Mega Scolipede is very cool, starting where the neck rears up. The segment replaces the red color with gray, okay, interesting, keeping pink and black the same, with turquoise highlights. It looks like it is wearing gray plate armor over its body, with turquoise pupils and lines across its segments and behind its eyes and extending up and out of its horns. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, they move on to the next one, which is Mega Excadrill. Has a silver plate on its chest and on its shoulders. Its head and arms each become a third of a big layered drill shape with an orange outside the silver inside of it. When it puts its arms forward so that the thirds connect, you can't see its body behind the big drill shape. Interesting. Okay. It doesn't really, reminds me of a few designs I've seen from fans, but seems like it might be unique on its own still. Moving on, Mega Chandelier is a much fancier two-tier chandelier. Okay, so that makes sense that it would just literally make it like a larger chandelier, because like it starts off as a very basic one, and then Mega evolves into a much larger one, like the fancy looking ones you find in, like, you know, a French castle, which is kind of makes sense. Instead of having two light holders coming out of the sides of the curly shapes, a single huge tall light comes out of the front of each of the 4 to 5 curly shapes on the top level of the chandelier. The bottom level has 8 spokes with smaller lights. The light coming out of the top of its head has a kind of decorative crown shape surrounding it. Okay. Mega Victreebel's brown vines wrap around its mouth opening, tying it shut so that it looks like a giant bulging pouch tied off at a thin opening. The leaf arms are much smaller near the top of the bulging pouch. The leaf at the top stands up and is much bigger and spikier. Okay. Mega Hawlucha wears a black, gold highlighted wrestling mask. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. With yellow feathers around its neck and gold black highlights. Neck pieces. The mask eyes are white and cover its eyes completely, so there are no pupils. The orange feathers on its head are longer, and the crotch feathers get gold trimmed like the leg boots have. Okay, again, pretty neat, pretty solid, not gonna lie. Moving on, we have Mega Frosslass. Now here is something interesting. So Mega Frosslass is a very tall and thin design. The Oni horns, which is the little ice thingies, on its head become very long and pointed with a curve. Its hair is long and flows down behind its head. The yukata, which is like the dress it's wearing, has blue and purple lining at the base and star designs on it, with white snow cloud shapes coming out of the bottom. Sounds pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. Sounds pretty neat. Sounds pretty good. Now, let's move on to the last row, guys. Last row of information, which is starting with Mega Clefable, which is the most random one, but here we go. Mega Clefable is a fairy flying type. Interesting. Okay. It has a pom-pom beret shape that starts pink and becomes white towards the top. The pom-pom is like a curly Q. It has enormous wings that stretch out behind it and to the side, which are very simple gradient from pink at the top to the yellow-green at the bottom. Mega Clefable has ears that look like snubbles with the brown tips. Okay. Moving on. Mega Falinks. Here we go. Basically, it's a Voltron with 5 Falinks. One arm is a sword. The other one is a shield. And it literally looks like a Voltron, like a, you know, a little crazy Voltron. Now, I do have a design here that I want to show you, if I can just really quickly find it for you guys to show what I'm talking about. But we do have a Mega Falinks design that kind of gives you an idea of this as well. Here it is. This is drawn by my boy Subarashi, of course. And it shows you what a Mega Falinks, like this design could look like. The only thing that's missing, though, is the sword and the shield, which you do see here. So kind of imagine something like this and this mixed together, which, to be fair, I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out. Moving on. This is one of the new ones that was like only revealed like the day before yesterday, day before that. It's Mega Eelektross. Yes, weirdly enough, Eelektross getting a Mega, which is fine. I'm okay with it, but let's see what it's like. So, Mega Eelektross is pure electric. Okay. It is very hard to describe. The body becomes a straight tube line of yellow dots going all the way from the eyes to the end. It curls back at the end so that the tail, which is all white, leans forward back over the body tube. The 2 arms stand out straight at either side and have become thin connectors to more white tube shapes like the body. Think Dynamo colors. The arm face forward and have no eyes, but the fins coming out of the top and the bottom with gold highlights. The fronts of the arm tubes have red rings like the front of the body tube. Instead of a mouth, one arm has gold plus set into the white background inside the red ring, and the other has a gold set into white background inside the red ring. It floats in the air. It's going to be the most confusing design so far that I've read. Like, it's the one that sounds the most confusing, but, I mean, we'll see. And then there is Mega Barbaracle, which is a rock fighting type. Okay. The brown becomes black. The thick limbs are much thinner. The hand face is in a rock on a pose. Middle 2 fingers bent at horn joints. The outer 2 facing up. Black spikes come out of both the upper and lower icebergs. The upper iceberg has many 8 to 10 thin tentacle arms coming out of it at the many angles. Instead of 4 finger hands, the limbs have all black 3-finger claws surrounding the eyes, which, okay, sounds pretty neat. Moving on, though, we have Mega Skarmory. Now, on Mega Skarmory, everything becomes longer and pointier. Everything silver becomes bright gold. It has red eyes instead of white eyes, okay. Then the horns, actually, it has kind of yellowish eyes, unless you mean like the center of it. But yeah, the horns on its head is longer. The top half of its beak is longer. Its wings have green, black instead of the red underneath its gold. Okay, that would be cool. Its talons are very, very long and thin like this. So they're doing a comparison, I guess, of like how much longer they would be, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, with darker talons underneath the bright gold ones, it looks sleek and dangerous and is normally flying with its legs extended behind it. Okay, cool. Then, finally, Mega Dragalge has 2 antlers which form a trident shape. The middle spoke of the trident are purple and pink orbs. Its head shape extends to the trail off behind it in 3 long and wide pieces on each side. Pink on the top with the purple undersides. The kelp limbs are longer and more spindly. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the entire list. That's the list of the Megas. There is always a chance more Megas could have been added that are not based off of whatever this leaked version of the game is that we're talking about. Like, there could be something that we might get. So, like, we'll see. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the list of all the Megas. That is all the crazy stuff that we have seen, heard, and that's been talked about. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy that all these Megas are now known. But yeah, again, there is so much stuff that can be talked about. Like, there's some crazy designs by some, like, you know, amazing artists out there like Ibaru and Subarashi who are making great stuff. Centra's also tweeting about all these things, which we already just covered just now. So it's not like super necessary for us to go through that again because we already covered it. But yeah, it's, you know, it's an interesting time to be alive. It's an interesting time to be a Pokemon fan. There is also like some, again, great design by Ibaru here as well. And also there's been like an entire breakdown of one of the leakers because one of the leakers was already like saying a bunch of stuff about the designs over the last few like the last like month, right, has been actually leaking stuff because even leaked that like Mega Eelektross is pure electric, and then the entire description is right there. But again, we've covered everything already at this point. People were calling this guy fake, by the way, but it turns out to be real. So there you go. Anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen. Anything is possible. Thank you all for watching, though. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye-bye.